Doop, 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 doop. I came in early, dude. Sorry.
No, that was pretty good. Boop, 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 boop.
Doo doop, doo doop.
Boop, 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 boop.
3 guys, and that's it. The other 2 are gone. And here's Coach Brandort.
Bap.
Bow.
Bap. Bap.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that works. Wow, that was cool.
we want to up the production value a little. We're gonna get some like jets to fly over eventually.
Yeah, that'll be good.
It'll be pretty fun. I mean, we could say it's 2 guys and a bear, honestly.
2
That's
guys
true.
and a bird.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, that's you know what? Are here to talk football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
Look at that. If we just get rid of everybody else,
everybody.
we got a catchy intro.
People watch this show because of our musical talents.
Yes,
I really
that's
think
the
they do.
primary motivator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Dumb Dogs in Los Angeles and Sinvicta couldn't be here today, so here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're here. 3 guys.
We're here, 3 guys ready to talk football. Football. By the
They
way,
did football again.
They
did.
keep doing it every week.
It's
I don't know what's
crazy.
that
it's
about?
wild. In fact, we get an extra week this year.
That's
Hot damn.
true. Yeah, and they didn't even change. Yeah, you know, we didn't mention this, but like, it is amazing to me how weak the NFLPA is as a union body, because they just added a fucking game onto the season without any word from the fucking Players Association at all. Like it was just like they just added that right into the contract. Nobody got to say anything about it. Like, that's absurd that they managed to do that.
Does it say more about the strength of the league or more about like the weakness of the PA? I don't know. I think it's just the league is gonna strong arm them whenever they want and be like, yeah, do something about it.
That's true, but like even in like basketball, like they can't just like add games.
Yeah, if they added 10 games to the NBA season,
Yeah.
you'd be hearing about it from the players for
Oh,
For
yeah.
real, like like I think it's partly to do with like with the NFLPA, like because so few players have any amount of power, you know, like it's only like it's basically like the top 1% of players. They don't really give a shit. You know, they're looking out for themselves really more than
they're listening
the
to
rest
Joe
of the league.
Rogan's podcast, trying to
that's
spread
true,
their, you know.
Dude, have you tried DMT? I mean, in the NBA as well, it's like NBA players have such star power that plus there's only like 12 dudes on a team, and most of those guys, like only half of them are actually playing for the most part. So it's like, you know,
It's kind of wild that like the NFL is a much bigger league by global recognition, but the NBA superstars are probably much more globally recognized as just individuals.
Yeah,
it is very true.
Basketball's played everywhere too. Like American football, not so much.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
but like they play basketball in Asia and
man, we're getting
Europe.
wildly off topic now. But I watched
Welcome
a couple
to
of
the-
YouTube clips of Eastern European basketball tournaments, just like circumstantially this morning. Like, holy cow, dude, those things are incredible. They're intense. The crowds there, they go crazy. It's like a soccer game, but in an arena. So like the sound is amplified by 3. Because that's how the math works.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, like they've been like people around the world have been playing basketball for a long time now. So like I would imagine there's honestly probably not that huge of a gap between NBA players and like professional stars in other countries right now.
Yeah.
Like it's just they don't play as much. You know,
Certain
It's
ones,
like
certainly,
it's like soccer, where like everybody can play
Yeah.
soccer. So I mean, it's around the world. But like even with the NBA, you notice that more. Like when they draft players and stuff, you see a lot more European players. You see dudes from Turkey, and you're like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, football.
Football.
But also
That's
go
the sport
Bulls.
that we talk about.
I watch like every Bulls game. It's been great. There's no more sadness.
Yeah.
There's no more sadness.
I need to get another fucking sports team to watch. since
We can
Bears
talk about
team is-
basketball. Honestly, I'm fine with that.
It is pretty great,
I mean,
dude.
hell, the Knicks are doing pretty well, man.
I've
You got
heard
shit to
that
go
the
for
Knicks
there.
are doing well. I should watch probably.
Yeah, you actually have a decent team in New York now.
Yeah.
Not quite the Chicago Bulls, but pretty good. Dude, it was crazy. Last night I was watching the Hornets and the Bulls. DeMar legit got fouled, made a Kobe shot. He got fouled, just threw it up and went in, and I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful.
I love DeMar, dude. That's my boy.
Yeah. Anyway, football.
Football.
Yeah,
I swear
football.
to God, it's a football show.
So some NFL news. Fun for Rob news, actually. The Seahawks lost to the football team, the Hogs.
Yep.
Go Hogs.
And
Go
so,
Hogs.
because the Jets are 3-8 and Seattle's 3-8, and they have a worse strength of schedule, they would select 4th, and the Jets would be 5th. But the Jets have their draft pick, so the Jets currently have a 4th and a 5th draft pick.
Oh baby! Like I said, there's a legitimate chance that the Jets have 2 top 5 picks this year.
And on top of that, you actually have good players too to
Yeah.
build around.
You know, I think you might be right.
Right?
I don't want to say
And
it.
I know
but,
how much you don't want to agree with it, but
it's kind of hard to when there's another team in the division that was kinda bad for 1 year. And really kinda. They went
Kinda,
7-9. It's not that's the worst that it got, and now they're the top of the division. So with their rookie QB and their rebuild. So yay.
number one defense in the league.
That's just
So here's some other fun facts. The Detroit Lions had a better record in November than the Los Angeles Rams at 0-2-1.
Yeah.
Well, that is a fun
that. Yeah.
I also
good.
think there's a fact that said the Jets had more wins against winning teams than I think the Rams do,
Yeah.
or some other big team.
Yeah, there's something like that. Yeah. I
That's
remember.
insane.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, in fairness, though, the Jets do have lots of wins against winning teams for some reason.
Yeah, that's true.
This year.
The majority of their 3, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? It was the Titans, the Bengals, and then now the Texans.
The
But
Texans,
yeah.
No, it's still pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, bad news for the Vikings. Dalvin Cook's gonna be out, separated shoulder, dislocated shoulder, I believe.
So that's 3 of the top 5 fantasy running backs out for the year.
Yeah, dude.
Well, apparently he's only gonna miss 2 weeks. They say.
Oh, well, all right then.
Really?
Superhumans. Just just pop it in, give him a week. He's good.
Yeah, just load him up with drugs. CMC's out too again.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not looking good. Granted, I don't know if the Panthers are really gonna make much noise.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah,
they're
does
kind of
seem
done.
that way.
It seems to be the big news so far. Also, Aaron Rodgers asked about showing his feet, making it his Twitter profile picture, and said, "I think Rex Ryan probably enjoyed it." So there it is.
Yeah,
Wow, yeah. Hilarious, Aaron.
classic football joke.
Bringing that
Rex
one
Ryan
back
likes
from
feet. Yep.
buried deep below the earth, but okay.
Let's see, any other big time news?
Wait, hold on. Before we move on, I want to defend Rex Ryan's love of feet because because I just want to say it's kind of adorable because it kind of got it was a big story back in the day that Rex Ryan loves feet.
Right.
It's his wife's feet in particular. It was like a post that they found of him talking about his wife's feet with a picture of her feet. And it's kind of it's kind of cute.
We shouldn't kink shame the man.
Right? I'm certainly not gonna resurrect it to try to make it the butt of the joke 8 years later.
It's one of those things where I feel like if someone a lot of people was found out oh, that dude loves feet, they'd be like, oh, whatever. But it's the fact that it's Rex Ryan. That it's
If it was Keanu Reeves, people would be like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Then people would be sending him their feet, being like, oh, Keanu, look at my feet. But it's Rex Ryan, so they're like, Rex Ryan.
Don't look at my feet, Rex.
Classic. So football happened this week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I've heard.
Yeah. First, it was the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. So, I mean, did football happen in this game?
Yeah.
It's still the question, I guess.
Thanksgiving Thanksgiving football.
Yep. I, for one, thought the Lions would come out and win the Thanksgiving game, and that'd be their only win of the year, and they actually almost did.
Almost.
Yeah.
Then they lost
Lions
DeAndre
year,
Swift.
Yeah, they lost DeAndre Swift. That was big. Because he's been their workhorse. Like he's been
the offense. Yeah.
And I mean, the Bears looked like a Bears team where it's like, hey guys, we're kind of here.
The Bears keep getting handed 5 or 6 wins on a silver platter every year and somehow not ending up in the very bottom of the standings. Like they're not any good at all, and I don't understand how they keep being middle of the pack.
It's one of the things I've mentioned where the Bears actually have one of the highest payrolls in the NFL.
Really?
Because they've paid their defensive players so much money, but the defense kind of peaked in 2018, where it was like a super elite defense, which is the year they traded for Mac. And ever since then, they've just been injured, or they're all getting older, or there's just not the same amount. Like Eddie Jackson, for one, the safety, he has not played. He made the Pro Bowl, and now he's definitely not been making the Pro Bowl. Like it's that type of thing. And then you pair that up with Matt Nagy's awful play calling, and just having your number one receiver be like Darnell Mooney. And you got Andy Dalton at quarterback. So, sign you up for like 5-6 wins and the mediocre draft, and there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bears are one of those teams that, like, they're just good enough to be better than bad teams, but not good enough to, like, do anything. They've been that for a while, I think.
Which sometimes is actually worse than just being a bad team.
Yeah.
Because it just keeps you in that zone.
That's what the Jets went through after 2009 and 10. Is like, they were like just barely good enough to have like a near even record, which just kind of fucks you anyway.
And the worst part for the Bears is the Giants own their draft pick in the first round because they traded it for Justin Fields. So the Giants actually hold the 6th and the 7th pick currently. So you've got New York football taking the 4, 5, 6, 7 right now.
There's a couple of there's a team too that's really bad and doesn't have a first round pick. I forgot which one it is though.
A team that's really bad doesn't have first round.
Texans?
No, Texans. Yeah, Texans don't have any picks in the first
round.
I
just checked and it says they do.
Oh,
they didn't have one last year. That might be what you were thinking.
Let's see.
Because
they do. Yeah, no, it's not the Texans then. There's some team that's like doing poorly and they don't have a first round pick, so it's very sad.
Miami doesn't, maybe, but they've been starting to heat up. Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, look at this. Philadelphia has the 8 pick, and then they also own the 9 pick from Miami. That's like 3 teams that own back-to-back picks from other teams and their own.
It's becoming like a Madden league now, like with how trades go.
And then the Eagles also have they have the Colts pick. What the shit, dude?
Yeah, the Eagles have like they went all in on the draft this year.
That's insane. And they're like 2 games out of first because it's the fucking NFC East. Either way, that was the Lions Bears. The Bears won on a last second field goal. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Then we had Raiders Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
That was actually a good game.
It was, yeah.
Outside of the like 800 penalties, it was a pretty good game.
Oh right, yeah.
And a fun fact for that, the Cowboys are currently number 1 in penalties for and against, 5th in penalty yards for, and 1st in penalty yards against.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's. And I believe that one dude on the Cowboys got like 4 pass interference calls.
Yeah.
Like it was bad.
I remember that. At the end of the game, he had 4 freaking DPIs against him. And actually, like, that was like one of the things that lost them the game is that he got that final 4th DPI and they got into field goal range or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's, that's Cowboys football, I guess. It's Mike McCarthy.
Mojo
Raiders.
moment.
That's a mojo moment right there. 4 DPIs in a row.
Oh.
Derek Carr did okay. 373 a touchdown. Josh Jacobs ran 87 a touchdown. Hunter Renfrow 134 yards. Deshaun Jackson 102 yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's man, he is just hanging around.
He really is. Yeah.
He's still just like really fast. Like that's he's still one of the fastest guys in the league.
Mm-hmm. And then Dak did pretty well. 375, 2 TDs. Mm-hmm. Tony Pollard, I started in fantasy, got me that 100-yard kick return for a touchdown. I think that won me the week, thank God.
Oh, nice.
So now in fantasy, there's actually a big clog up. I don't know if you guys have looked.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to look because I lost this week, I'm pretty sure.
So Bear is somehow in first with all his injuries at 9-3.
Yep, can't explain that.
Yeah, I think you even scored the most points last week.
Oh, I definitely did that. Yeah.
Jesus, nearly 170.
Invicta's in second at 8-4. Mm-hmm. Rob and the London Patriots are tied at 7-5, and then NG's Wolfpack, me, and the Puppy Eaters are all at 6-6. So one of us is not going to make it because there's only 2 weeks remaining.
I think what's more exciting is there's a good chance that all 4 of us make the playoffs. And then beyond that, there's a solid chance that all 4 of us are going to have to play each other in the same round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that would be exciting.
Well, here's the thing. This week, I play against the Puppy Eaters. So if I win this game, I go to 7-6. They drop to 6-7. I think that pretty much secures me a spot.
Yep.
But then the week after that, I play Rob.
Oh, wow. That could be the huge one.
Yeah, final week of the season going up against Rob. Who knows? It could be a playoff positioning battle. Could be who knows?
I now hold the Leeds leading rusher with Jonathan Taylor, my friend.
That's true. Going places. I was pretty happy, honestly, that I've been happy that Sinvicta took my Joe Mixon for Josh Jacobs pick. But I'm more happy that he doesn't have a team now that consists of, Christian McCaffrey obviously doesn't matter anymore, but it would have been McCaffrey, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, Lamar Jackson, and Cooper Kupp. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
a ridiculous team.
Hold on, is that Sinvicta?
That would have been sick.
Yeah, but I'm never drafting Christian McCaffrey ever again.
There we go.
Never again. CMC waste of a first-round pick, coach.
Tangentially speaking, I wanted to mention, too, that, it's funny how cyclical the NFL is, because I feel like I don't know, maybe 10-ish years ago, the league had just gone into a phase where everyone was doing running back by committee, right? Where every team would be holding 3 or 4 running backs, and you would always get fresh legs every couple of downs because you would just try out a new running back.
Yeah.
And then it went back to the kind of bell cow back type of thing with guys like Ezekiel Elliott and Derrick Henry started coming back. But then now we're seeing, the reason that didn't work so much and teams went to the running back by committee is because
we keep killing those guys.
Yes, exactly. If you run one person 30, 40 times a day, a game, they're just gonna die. So
for real.
Yeah, for seriously. So it's so cyclical now. I feel like teams are now moving back into the running back by committee thing too.
Well, I feel like this is what happens, right? It's the one thing happens, and then teams build to stop that thing, and then they're like, "Oh wait, now that everyone's stopped the run, we can pass again." And then they stop the pass, "Hey, wait, now we can run again." It just goes back and forth. Raiders beat the Cowboys. Wacky stuff. Apparently, a bunch of Cowboys are getting COVID. Mike McCarthy got COVID, so he's not going to coach Thursday night, so I might actually pick them to win. And Amari Cooper, I believe, just has an injury, so he might not be playing. He didn't play this week either.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It is against the Saints, though. So, speaking of which, the Bills crushed the Saints.
Yeah.
31-6. Whew.
Just a shellacking.
Yeah, Trevor Siemian, the Seaman Demon. Not great. I feel like they need to get what's his name back, Taysom Hill. They need to just play him at quarterback. Just do it.
Is he injured, or they don't want to commit to him starting?
I think he's been injured. I'm pretty sure he's been injured. Josh Allen, 260, 4 TDs, 2 picks. Apparently, this is the first game ever Josh Allen has thrown a red zone interception.
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
Yep.
That's a while to go without doing that.
It is. But I do believe the Bills lost somebody to the IR. Let's see. Bills IR.
Apparently the Saints will be starting Taysom Hill next week. Or this week on Thursday Night Football.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! I just looked at the injury report and it's like Buffalo Bills, Cole Beasley, Tremaine Edmonds, New Orleans Saints, Kamara, Ramczyk, Davenport, Kopassagon, Mark Ingram, Taron Armstead, Ty Montgomery, Taysom Hill, Trevor Siemian.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. Tremaine. Is it Edwards that got injured? Well, let me see. Tremaine Edwards. All right, or maybe it was Trey White. I think Trey White got injured for the Bills. Tre'Davious White. I think he tore his ACL. So that's
sucks.
really bad because he was one of their best corners, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be good. But they won the game, so they continued to win, and that sets up the big-time AFC East showdowns with the Patriots.
Yay.
Yay.
Man.
The Patriots are back.
Woo!
And, the Patriots historically have been pretty good at beating the Bills, although, things have changed a little bit, but, it still bodes well.
Yep.
That's true. But bad at beating the Dolphins for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's so
It's
weird.
Yeah. So then we had the Bengals beat the Steelers 41-10.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was a complete fucking shellacking, man.
Yeah, I think both their games. They've beat them 80-20 combined or something like that.
The shit out of them, yeah.
I see why Apollo went to LA.
Yeah. I see that too.
I mean, dude, the Bengals did this to the Ravens too. And then somehow the Browns did this to the Bengals because things make sense. But
and the Jets beat them too.
Yeah.
Right. So everything's perfectly logical here.
Yeah, I don't. Either they're trying to take a week off or play a little under what they normally play at intensity wise, or maybe just matchups or I don't know. It's weird.
Dude, speaking of Mixon again, though, he was lighting them up. They went to him early and often. The first drive, he had 60 yards. They were just feeding him all day.
28 carries for 165 and 2 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, he's gonna die. They're just doing that every week.
Honestly, it does sort of feel like an inevitability now. 2 weeks from now, Joe Mixon reportedly tears his ACL and is done for the year.
Joe Burrow was 20 of 24, 190 with a TD and a pick.
God, I just felt the forces of the universe conspire to make that happen as soon as I said it out loud. I really regret saying those words. I'm sorry, Joe Mixon.
You spoke that evil into the world.
God damn it.
Everyone's just like, the Bengals are surely going to win a playoff game now. Big Ben's just old.
Ew, dude. He was stinking it up out there. Real stinky.
Yeah, really stinky.
He's having a stinky year, I feel
He's
like.
being really just a horrible odor coming off of him.
Yeah, but he's better than whatever else they got, so he just keeps going.
Apparently, yeah, God.
Najee Harris only 23 yards.
I mean, they had no chance to get him the ball from the very beginning of the game. They were just playing from a negative game script.
Yeah, it was 10-3 in the first, and then 21 points in the second for the Bengals, so 31-3 at halftime.
Yeah, it was over at half.
Yeah,
it kind of feels like that's what the Steelers are now. Is that if Najee Harris isn't doing well, then they're gonna lose. They need the running game. They
cannot rely on Ben in these circumstances at all.
Yeah.
Which I don't think the Steelers are gonna make the playoffs at this rate.
Yeah, definitely.
And they still got some tough games left, so.
Well, at least they're done playing the Bengals.
That's true. Yeah. Then we had where'd my list go? Panthers lose to the Dolphins.
Yikes!
Yep.
That was
33-10.
something.
Yikes! CMC out for the year, as we already mentioned. That's a pretty big blow.
Mm-hmm.
Cam didn't look very good.
5 of 21 and 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
That is
got benched in the fourth for Phillip Walker when they probably could have kept fighting at that point, but I think the fight was gone from him.
Important to note too, PJ Walker went 5 of 10 for 87 yards and an interception, so it's no, they had no reprieve in the passing game.
The Dolphins' defense, I think, is maybe the bigger takeaway from this game. because they were playing lights out. They were at home and, coming off some momentum. I feel like okay, hold on. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure the Dolphins. Yeah, they're on a win streak. Yeah, they've won 3 in a row now. So, 4 in a row.
Oh,
so they've got momentum on their side, and Cam Newton is just like, I said this a couple weeks ago when we were talking about how he's making his comeback here, but like, even in that game where he was, he's comeback Cam, everybody's feeling him, he still lost. And that's always been the case with Cam. He lights it up every now and then, but he just consistently loses somehow in the NFL despite being so good.
I feel like his prime was that year he brought him to the Super Bowl. And then he's got like Big Ben syndrome now, where he's just, his body can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And
he did always remind me of that.
Yeah.
Big Ben back in the day, honestly. Although Ben did eventually kind of put it together and got like, respectable passing numbers eventually. But
I just think he feels like that type of power runner where I feel like Ben became more of a pocket passer. It was just hard to bring down. It felt like Cam was not that. He was kind of like a run first type of guy, but he was hard to bring down. But like when you do that as a quarterback, you're going to shorten your career. I mean, it's like running backs. Like that's why running backs don't tend to play very long unless you're like Frank Gore and a mutant. They can just play till you're like 80.
We've talked about it before, but like Cam is one of those players that just they never threw flags on him getting hit. It felt like back in the day, like when he was doing his stuff, like people would just demolish him, and he would be running into the demolishing, but like they would never flag or whatever, and he has what, like 3 or 4 surgeries on his throwing shoulder, like it's apparently he's got like loads of scar tissue in his shoulder and stuff, and that's part of the reason why he can't like open up fully to throw the ball.
It's not good. I mean, the Panthers are gonna need a quarterback. Because I don't think
the Darnold timeline.
I feel like it's over. Darnold timeline's gone. I don't know how the quarterbacks are in this upcoming draft, but
apparently not good. But it's one of those things. You hear the news, this draft class says no QBs. And then, a couple months later, fast forward, it's like, this kid is a generational talent.
And his name is Mac Jones, and somehow the Patriots got him.
I hate it.
Dude, it is crazy. I remember when everybody with Mac Jones, they're just like, he's kind of like a boring check down, pocket passing. He's kind of like Tom Brady, but he wins. And then I was like,
Belichick is, rubbing his hands together in the corner.
And I was like, nah, he's not going to go to the Patriots. Then you just slowly watch it happen. You're like, oh my God, it's happening.
Not again.
All I know is there's a quarterback named Matt Corral, and I hope he goes to the Texans because that's like the perfect situation.
That would be pretty good.
And they're going to fucking put up some graphics like, Corral, what the old Texans. He's like lassoing teams. He lassos an eagle. He lassos a jaguar.
Tua looked good in this game, though, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he was lighting it up.
He only missed 4 passes out of 31 attempts, 230, a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, their first-round pick, 137 yards.
I love his Waddle celebration. He's the best shit ever.
That is great.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Got a touchdown, and he does look at this Emperor Penguin Waddle in the end zone.
Incredible.
That is amazing.
That's so good.
He's a first-rounder, so I mean, he's looking like a number 1 receiver now. And then, Myles Gaskin, after I cut him, 49 yards, 2 TDs. Love it.
You just gotta cut people more for them to perform, dude.
That's true. Yeah. That's what I did. Stevenson I cut, and then he started picking it up, so I got him again.
Yep. And now he's going to be garbage.
Yep, now he's garbage. Phillip Lindsay, 42 yards, coming over from the Texans. Not too bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, you know what? Dolphins and their defense look pretty good. So, I mean, Dolphins kind of, pushing for that wild card spot.
Yeah.
They're only a game back from the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus, I mean,
going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, the Dolphins, then the Browns. Browns are going in the opposite direction. Colts, that's going to be tricky. Raiders are still up there, and then Broncos, Chargers. But overall, it's looking like Dolphins on the upswing, Panthers falling. Yeah. Then we had the Giants-Eagles.
Yep.
This sure looked like an NFC East game, didn't it?
It sure did.
13-7.
Yep.
Woo!
Jalen Hurts, 3 interceptions, no
14
touchdown.
of 31.
Whoa. Yep. I did see there was one play before halftime. The Eagles could have gotten a field goal, and then Jalen Hurts just tried to force it into the end zone and got picked.
Yep.
So, classic. He ran for 77 though. It feels like he's just like I don't know. He can run, but he can't pass very well.
He seemed so much more in command of the offense last year. Mm-hmm. Anytime that I watched him, he just looked like he knew what was happening. And then there's so much more chaos to his play this year. Like, it really just looks like the whole team is out of whack.
Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't see the end, but I heard from numerous people that the Eagles dropped 2 touchdowns at the end of the game.
Ooh.
It was...
They have Nelson Aguilar back?
I think people were referencing that. It's like the curse of Aguilar. I didn't see it, but everybody's just like, dude, the Eagles dropped 2 touchdowns. They could have tied it. So I was like, yeah, it sounds like the Eagles.
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys do this, but whenever we do go through the games, I go on NFL.com and I watch the highlights of every game. So I'll skip through the highlights.
All right, yeah. I mean, I would do that, but then it's gonna, audio's gonna play. Yeah. Well, you know what? I could just mute the tab. Hold on.
Oh yeah, there's one drop touchdown right there. Yeah, no, that was right on his fucking hands. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let me just quickly. Oh God. Okay, that did not mute the tab.
If you right-click at the top and you go mute site,
there we go.
Well, he already played 0.5 seconds of NFL.
Well, he played the
that's it. We're fucked.
Okay.
That's
episode's over.
Yeah,
there goes the
I played their old.
We make so much of it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's a bad pass from Hurts. All right, here it is. He's going to roll up. He's looking. He throws, and they dropped it. We're doing
play-by-play on the highlights.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it's Jalen Reagor, I believe is his name. Which is funny because they could have taken Justin Jefferson, who's actually insane, but instead they took him. So, that's but, you got 2 draft picks coming up this year.
Oh. God, yeah, it hits him right on the hands. That hurts.
Yeah,
it sucks when that happens.
So yeah, that's Philadelphia Eagle football. Daniel Jones, 202 with a touchdown. Saquon, 40 yards, 13 carries. Giants did not look great. Their defense did pretty well.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean
Saquon's not doing well this year either.
Saquon has not been good in general.
He's been injured.
Certainly. Well, yeah, he's been very injured. So that to his credit, he's been working through that. But he's just, the expectations were very lofty for him, but he's just been, kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
His whole career so far.
So, yeah, he started off with the 2,000-year seasons, but then played nothing last year basically. And then...
those 2,000-year seasons are wild.
Some wild seasons.
Yeah. Well, they had the season in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Here we go, game 7,820. This one.
And they didn't even consult the NFLPA once.
Yeah,
right.
It could work with robots.
Yeah, I have thought about that. In the future, the game might be played by just robots, and remove all the other safety rules and just have them smash into each other.
Or they just, they have cybernetic limbs and stuff. It'd be wild.
Yep.
Speaking of wild, the New England Patriots destroying the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
Baby.
Yep, they did.
Mac Jones, 23 of 32, 310, 2 touchdowns.
Man, I locked in this week because I was confident, and then the game started, and I started feeling more confident the further along it went.
Yeah.
Hot damn, dude. Mac was making killer throws from the first quarter. This dude is the real deal. He man, did you guys see that corner of the end zone dime that he threw? I think it was the first or second quarter.
Yeah,
that thing. I could not believe he made that throw. As soon as he let it go, I was like, "Oh, that's going out of the corner of the end zone, incomplete." Fucking just instant grab, oh my god! is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen from a rookie. Like, holy shit, the composure to make that, to just know he was going to do it basically from the get-go. And I mean, that's just one throw. This kid is rock solid. It's nuts.
It really is. It's
that fade route is very nice. Yeah.
I think it also goes to show just this is like Bill Belichick at work. Like he's just like, yeah, all right, let's do this, and he's created
finally
his
gonna
next
get a
Tom Brady.
goddamn Coach of the Year award, right?
Like I think that's what we've learned is like everyone's like, dude, who's better, Belichick or Brady? And I'm like, I think we learned that they're both very good.
Both, and they just happened to be together for so long, and as a result, won 6 Super Bowls. Not too fucking surprising, it turns out.
If those two were together, they might have the most impressive dynasty in the history of the NFL or something.
In the history of sports.
You know what the worst part about it is? We could have a Patriots Buccaneers Super Bowl.
I fucking hate it. I hate it so much.
That would be.
You know what? And I think after this game, especially, the likelihood has shot up astronomically.
Yeah.
That
the
might.
Pats are the number 2 seed right now, right?
Yep.
I think they're number 1, aren't they?
No, I think the Ravens are number 1
Ravens
right
are
now.
up by half a game.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
But I mean, with
they have 1 year. 1 year. I'm 7-9.
The real anger, dude. Oh my god.
We have a 3-year rebuild that failed, and we're doing a new rebuild, and that's failing, and the Patriots are already gonna.
I can't believe it, man. Like it doesn't feel real. This does not feel real at all.
Yeah.
Like this is fake.
I mean, it's literally on par with like the Packers going from like Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers or something.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, well, here we go again.
Man. Is he gonna? I mean, he's 70 something. Is he gonna retire anytime?
No, he's not. He's not going anywhere.
He doesn't need to, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Just, he keep winning the.
And I mean, he's not
games.
stressed out. It's not like his job security's on the line or anything.
Yeah.
He's just going
so like
along.
we're talking about Mac a bunch, but I don't think we've really mentioned the fact that the Patriots defense is literally the best defense in the league right now.
Yeah. Let me
It's
see.
insane.
Gotta see stats. Check the old. Here we go. Defense. So currently in defense, yards per game allowed is the Bills, but the Patriots are 4th, which is still top 5, which is very good. In
I think it was like the overall PFR defense metric or
in
something
terms
like
of
that.
pass
Like
defense,
DVOA or something.
they are 3rd, and rush defense, they are not good. So their running defense is their weakness, which it adds up because if you look at the Titans, they had 2 players run for over 100 yards this game.
Yeah.
They had Dontrell Hilliard run 131 and a touchdown and 12 carries, and Deontay Foreman ran for 109 on 19 carries. But they still only got 13 points, so who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of been the Patriots' MO for the last, I don't know, like 25 fucking years maybe at this point, has been the bend but not break. Like, you can pile on the yards all you want against this team. If you're just kicking field goals, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. I hate how good Bill Belichick is.
Yep.
So
The Patriots are number 1 in points allowed per game.
Yeah.
Which is very good.
Which, that's probably the best metric to be number 1 in.
No doubt.
But, like, they're so good. What happened?
Yeah. And it's a bunch of veteran players too, and like it's the same. The thing that's annoying to me as a Jets fan about it is that it looks exactly like all the other Patriots teams that were good, which is that like there's not really a lot of like star players that are lighting people up. It's just the whole team is collectively good and work together well as a team, and I've seen what this fucking does down the year when teams are good like this. Like, I mean, like they're good both offensively and defensively right now, and the way they do the offense is the same way they did it with Tom, which is just like boring, slow, dink and dunk kind of, but
absolutely
just kills you over time. It
sucks to watch. The offense is so boring and dumb, but it's so effective. Like it's so good.
It really is. Now I will say the Titans were without Julio Jones and AJ Brown.
Yeah,
and
Derrick Henry.
Well, the Titans are fucking they're fucked right now.
Yeah.
The Titans are in bad shape.
So, I mean,
this is not the same Titans team as last month.
Yeah, if they had all those players, it's probably, I mean, the Patriots still could win, but it's probably a lot closer. It's probably like 28-24 or something like that.
But like the Patriots are a better team than even the full strength Titans right now.
Yeah,
in my mind.
Probably.
No, yeah, they really are. And they have leading Patriot rusher Ramondre Stevenson. There he is.
Right.
Like
Sleeper
this
pick.
is yet again. This is the Patriots' MO, dude. Just like running backs that you never heard of that they probably just got that year that are somehow contributing significantly every game.
Yep.
It's busted. It's wild.
Yeah.
And they're the number 2 seed. So
Bill Belichick, he was the Jets coach for one day. I'll remind everyone. He had the one day, and then he had the press conference where he held up a sheet of paper that said, "I resign as NYJHC."
Yep.
And then, and that was it. And then the 20-year dynasty of just skull fucking us into the ground, like every single year, and it continues now with Mac Jones.
Yep. It's you love to see it. So,
although, sorry, one more thing.
Do tell.
We've mentioned it before. Still, though, this division is still going to come down to these upcoming Bills games, because the division will flow through those Bills games.
Oh yeah, I mean the Bills
comes out on top.
Bills are still like one of the best teams in the league. Like they've had some sloppy games recently and some injuries, but like we say, like Patriots number 1 in points allowed per game. The Bills are number 2 in points allowed per game.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hell of a game, dude.
Yeah. And the
2 games. There's
yeah.
Yeah, and the Bills are number 5 in total yards per game. Bills are number 2 in points scored per game. So I mean, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. So then we had the Jaguars and the Falcons.
Crap.
Yeah. Now
Birds won.
This may surprise you, but Cordero Patterson came back and 108 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, also 27 yards receiving, and I think he's like literally the Falcon offense when he's on the team. Like, no joke.
How is he? He's just suddenly a god this year. It's actually amazing.
It is kind of amazing. Like, I don't know how he did it, but he's like playing at Pro Bowl level. He's a running back wide receiver. He's literally like a flex player. Like, that's amazing.
Well, I mean, he's basically what you said. It's like he's the entire Falcons offense.
They got hits, which is I think maybe taking a lot of the attention off of him to help him out. But at the same time,
yeah.
So it's, I mean, don't look now. The Falcons are still like a game back of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is
they're 5-6.
Yeah, because right now the 49ers and the football team hold the 6 and 7 seeds at 6-5 and 5-6. And then the Vikings are 5-6, the Falcons are 5-6, the Saints are 5-6, and then the Eagles and the Panthers are 5-7. So I mean, even the Giants are 4-7, and the Bears. But like, I still, it's gonna. I still think it's gonna come down to like.
Is wild. Like, it's not even the AFC. Like, it's the AFC and the NFC are just like winning.
The parity is awesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
The Jaguars tried.
Yeah.
And that was this football game. So then we had the Buccaneers and the Colts, which was a wild game.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, they actually held Jonathan Taylor to 83 yards and a touchdown, which is really good to hold him to that.
Did you guys see after the game, Tom made a point to say, like, I guess their horseshoe isn't as lucky as they think or something like that. Like, I told you he loves to fucking beat the Colts.
He really does.
He still holds that grudge for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing here was Tom Brady didn't even play that well. He, like, had a pick and a touchdown, 226. Like, he had another pick that got dropped. He was, like, not doing great, but, like, when it mattered, he got it done. And mainly just Leonard Fournette, 100 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
week 12, Lenny.
Yeah,
yeah, and Gronk, dude, 123 yards receiving. The Gronk.
Dude, he looked like he retweeted something that said vintage Gronk, laughing about it because he's vintage now, old enough to be vintage.
Yeah.
But it really did look like a throwback to like superhuman Patriots Gronk, who just runs right over NFL players. Like, it's insane to watch.
When he's been starting this year, it has kind of like looked like that in general. It's unfortunate that he's still getting injured, but like, you know, when he's playing, like he looks like he's in some of his best form of his career.
He just looks fucking unstoppable sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so big and so fast.
Mm-hmm.
What's wild is with the Colts losing this game at 6-6, they are not a playoff team currently. Like, it is. Like, I think out of all the teams left, I feel like the Colts deserve that playoff spot. Like, they are legit. Like, they compete with all the good teams, even though they barely lose. Like, they still feel like a solid, complete team compared to like the Raiders or the Browns or the Broncos or even the Chargers.
Yeah,
I love the subconscious braiders there.
The Braiders.
Browns, Broncos.
The Braiders. They just all have braided hair.
That would be pretty sweet, actually.
Hey, if you're a braider, you braid your hair.
God damn, you don't get out on that field unless that hair is braided.
Oh, dude, actually, can we start that league where the players actually dress up like the mascot of their teams?
If you're bald, you got to wear a wig.
Yeah. The Colts players wear the horse head mask,
Yep. Nah, I like that. This is going in a good direction. Fun. Jets are all out there in plain outfits.
Yeah. I mean, it would make the celebration when we ever score touchdowns, actually.
That's true.
Pretty cool.
Speaking of which,
shout out to the Jaguars for, I think, scoring. Was it the Jags or was it was one of these teams that went with it was 16 drives or something without an offensive touchdown. It was
you're
massive streak. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was either, but I remember hearing that. So congrats to them.
Yeah.
Good work,
I think it was the Jags, so we'll just pretend it was the Jags.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go Jags. Yeah, good for you.
The Jets won.
Yeah.
The Jets won.
Jets won. Look at that.
The 2-8 teams showed up, and 2-8, 2-9 team left. I started that sentence without knowing the end, to be honest. Probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's it's a very bittersweet game because we won, and that's good. You know, cool. Like, I'm happy. I'm not rooting for tanking this year.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of bittersweet in that, like, we won, but Zach Wilson looked kind of bad.
Yeah.
Which is not really what I want to see.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, there were a lot of positives in that our defense looked really good. Granted, it's the Texans.
Yeah.
But the defense actually did play really well yesterday. John Franklin Myers, who got his contract this year, played extremely well. Like he let's see, he had the one interception that was like he deflected it to himself and got the interception. He had 2 sacks. He had 2 tackles for loss. Like he was killing it. And so were several other members of the squad, including like our rookie Michael Carter II.
Can I just say that you have Quinnen Williams and Quincy Williams?
Correct. Yeah, actually
they are 2 Michael Carters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Carters aren't related, but the Williams are. Actually.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
This is a fucking sitcom team, dude.
No, it really is. Yeah. I mean, it seems to be kind of working out, I guess. I mean, we are 3-8, so
yeah.
You're literally starring Zac Efron at quarterback too. So
yeah,
that
pretty
makes
much.
Sense.
Yeah, no.
And you beat more good teams than the Rams have. So, I mean, congratulations.
That's true. You know, it's one of those things where, like, so the Jets have started 4 QBs this year, and out of the 4, the star QB that is guaranteed the starting spot by the coaching staff is by far the worst out of the 4 that have started. And it's like, it's not even close. Like the other 3 put up like literally historically great offensive numbers, and it is looking bad. But Zach Wilson is a rookie. I will say, having Mac Jones in the division definitely makes it suck more. And Josh Allen in the division, and Tua, for that matter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's, all things are really coming up Jets, I feel like, with this dub.
The more you talk about it, the less exciting.
Hey, Zach Wilson, he ran for a touchdown.
He did, and it was cool. It was a good little touchdown. He also, I don't know if you guys saw the pick that he threw.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
It wasn't great, but people were roasting him for it. But it wasn't great, but it wasn't like the worst also, because if you look at the exact frame that he goes, so basically what happens is the play breaks down. It's 3rd and like 27 or something, right? So nothing's gonna happen. Zach Wilson's going for the check down guy, so nothing is especially gonna happen. But the play breaks down. Zach Wilson runs up the middle. He gets to right around the line of scrimmage, and the check down guy is right in front of him. And at the exact, like, if you stop the footage at the exact frame that Zach Wilson starts the shovel pass, the dude's looking at him. But Zach Wilson did look like he was about to scramble for a couple of yards. So the dude just turns around and tries to become a blocker. Zach Wilson then shovels the ball to him. It bounces off of the back of his helmet or his back shoulder, and then it's an interception. Which, it's Jets. It's the Jets. It's Jets. If you don't love that, you don't love Jets football. All right, that's just kind of how it goes. I mean, he should have, when you throw those kinds of shovel passes, you should throw them low, because so that doesn't happen. With that said, it's one of those rookie mistake things, but also he just shouldn't have thrown the shovel pass in the first place, because he's not going to get any fucking yards. It's the check down guy, and he was about to get blown up by like 2 defenders, but hey, look. Yeah. It's rookie mistakes. It's whatever. And it's a win. We won. Yeah. So we won the game. So
yeah. That's really all that matters.
Happened, I guess.
But Tyrod tried with the Texans. He did all right.
Yeah. Honestly, it was our defense is what held us in that game, because like otherwise they would have, because Tyrod did pretty well, but our defense was just like all over them. That game.
So yeah, Jets. Then we had Chargers Broncos. Dude, I called it.
You did.
You did actually call it.
It felt like one of those games. Broncos at home. Chargers love to charger it up. I was like, it's going to happen. So I watched the highlights, and it felt exactly like that. The Broncos just ran the ball a lot. They controlled the clock. Teddy Bridgewater made some decent throws. Drew Lock actually came in for a bit. I think he might have got hurt, but then Teddy came back in and did some more good throws. Patrick Surtain had a pick 6, which was big. And Herbert, he looked good, and then he also looked bad. He had some Brett Favre-esque moments where you're like, whoa, what a throw, and then he had a bad pick. It felt like that. And then they just couldn't get anything going. So it just felt like the Broncos, they did what they had to do, and they got it done.
Yep.
So
yeah, I mean, Broncos, divisional games, they're kind of like this. It doesn't matter how good a team is, because the divisional rivals, they play those teams so much, they know exactly what they do.
Mm-hmm. And then
that kind of explains those Bengals, Steelers, and Bengals.
Yeah. True.
They try a little harder too, knowing it's a division.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it does impact your standings more than just wins and losses. Because divisional things matter when it comes to playoff positioning and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Melvin Gordon, 83 yards. He plays with the Denver Broncos.
I heard that actually.
Yeah.
I don't know where I heard it, but yeah, something.
Wait, hold on, Melvin Gordon?
Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
Wow,
you're talking about Melvin Gordon, and he's on the Broncos.
Yeah,
wow,
it's wild,
mind blowing.
Says it's pretty much it. Broncos won, Chargers lost, and
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
I don't know. You think the Chargers are going to the playoffs this year?
No,
I don't think so.
If it started today, they would have the 7th seed and take on the Patriots.
They're probably going to lose that spot to either the Raiders or the Colts, is my assumption. But it's also possible they sneak in there because neither of those teams are particularly good either.
Yeah.
Although I think the Colts are better.
It looks like the remaining games they have are Bengals, which is rough, Giants, which could be fine, Chiefs, that's tough, Texans, okay, Broncos again. Well, I mean, that might be rough because, it just happened. And then Raiders.
Down to that, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, the Raiders at the end of the year, too.
Raiders,
those are going to be very heavy-weighted games.
Yeah. It's going to be close. Like, honestly, the AFC feels a little better than the NFC in terms of, like, those final seeds.
Yeah.
So even the top seeds going to be shifting around. Like, you get the Ravens lose, like, 1 or 2. I mean, they fall from, like, 1st to, like, 7th.
Yeah.
Like, it's close. So then we had the Vikings 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
And 49ers are rolling. Like, they're legit getting
what is it, like? It's like 5 wins in a row or something, right?
It's something. Let's see. 49ers. They beat the Vikings, Jaguars, Rams. They lost to the Cardinals. But before the Cardinals game, they beat the Bears, and they lost to the Colts. So it's like they've won 4 of their last 5.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty good.
No, that is, yeah.
I don't know. I think Debo got hurt, though.
Oh, that sucks.
He did, yeah. He injured his groin again, which I guess is a re-aggravation of an injury from earlier this season. So I think he's out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they might just, depending on how they do, I suppose, for the next couple weeks, they might rest him longer than that because they're going to need him for the playoffs for sure. But if they need him to make the playoffs, then they're going to probably have to play him a lot earlier.
Also, Fred Warner is out, who's their top linebacker, which is also not good for 1-2 weeks as well.
And they've been dealing with problems all freaking year, man. The 49ers have been banged up.
Every year, it feels like, with the Niners, too.
It's crazy because just like Debo's, like, he ran for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns on 6 carries. Like, dude's just a wide receiver.
He's been kind of their Cordarrelle Patterson. Like, just whatever role they need him to fill, he fills it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he definitely feels like that type of guy. Which means, like, are we gonna see more of those guys now? A little flex.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there's been a lot of things that have been happening on the offensive side of the football, especially with like guys like Michael Pitts coming into the league, where like tight ends getting smaller and more receiver like, and
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I said.
That's fine.
But they or like guys like that, but also like even on the Niners, they have Juszczyk. Like they're one of the only teams that actually runs a legitimate fullback,
right?
And have for years. And their offensive system has been copied all over the place, including the Jets now. The Niners. So they. Yeah, the Niners are always such a weird team because they're like kind of good, but not.
Right on the cusp.
It's funny because that's also the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
They're just like every week it feels like the Vikings could win the game and they don't.
Yep.
And like the wins that they did get are just kind of like the Packers where they did get it, but it's still close. It's like wild. I mean, Kirk Cousins this game did the thing where he lined up behind his right guard for the snap. So everyone's been making fun of him for that. And there's just, I think Dalvin Cook got injured at the end, but like he still only had 39 yards on 10 carries, so they shut him down.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson still insane, 83 yards, 4 catches. Thielen had 2 touchdowns, 62 yards. Like it's just the Vikings' problem is still their defense. Like their defense is really not good. And so they have to like go into a shootout literally every game, and they can keep up for a point, but for the most part they just get, they can't keep up enough to make up the difference of like giving up 30 points every week.
I don't know if you guys saw the clip of Kirk Cousins going under the right guard.
But
it's very funny when the right guard like springs up immediately because he was not expecting a hand on his nutsack.
Center's a conditioner for that shit, man. You could go grab a center's balls in the middle of the road, and he wouldn't even phase him.
Yeah, he would just bend over, get ready to hike the ball. You know, just conditioned into his.
I just Freudian reaction.
I was just hoping the center would snap it and it would just go flying in the back.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But yeah, this is actually an important playoff game because now 49ers holding the playoff spot over the Vikings. So
right, yeah.
Speaking of playoff positioning, Packers beat the Rams.
How you feeling about this one, Coach?
This was a fantastic win. And it's crazy because we're actually winning because of our defense. It's like legit kind of wild because usually it's like for years we've had Kansas City Chiefs syndrome where it's like, you know, offense carries the defense bend don't break. This year we are the I think number 8 in yards given up. We are number 9 in passing yards given up, and we are number 8 in rushing yards given up, and we are number 5 in points given up at only 20. Damn. So like this defense has been solid. Like people are bashing Joe Barry as our coordinator because he's like, oh, here's the coordinator of Washington and the coordinator of the Lions, and they went 0-16. This dude sucks, but like he's the Rams linebacker coach last couple of years, and like it's not like people can't learn and change and stuff, and like it feels legit like he has. Yeah. And so it's great because he's bringing pressure. He's like getting to the quarterback with less than like 5 dudes. Like he's getting rushing 4 still getting there. Like we're playing great cover. It just feels great. Like he's probably the best coordinator we've had in a long ass time. And so that paired up with Rodgers just, you know, playing. He's not even doing like amazing or anything, but like he plays efficiently and he does Rodgers thing. So 307, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
As much as I hate complimenting the guy now, he is still making some insane throws.
Yeah. That's you know, it's one of those things where you're like, man, it's just he's still good.
Yep.
Yeah.
He ran for a touchdown. He has a broken toe and he ran for a touchdown. Like,
yeah.
I can't imagine doing that just as a human being.
The fucking headlines for him now, like at the top 2, just his foot is just like center frame, just right in your face, the bottom of his feet.
Devontae Adams, 104 yards, balling out. Dude, Randall Cobb had 95 yards and a touchdown, and then he had to go out because he like had a groin injury before halftime. So he had 95 yards and a touchdown before halftime. Like Randall Cobb was balling out.
Yeah.
And then
dude, your receiving core is solid this year.
Yeah. And
I mean, it's mostly guys you've already had, but like
they're just kind of
playing well.
Yeah, they've just been stepping up. The biggest thing was what I mentioned last year with AJ Dillon, where like a lot of people are like, oh, this dude like wasted draft pick. We have Aaron Jones, but like Aaron Jones got hurt the other week, and he's more of a like a cut type back where he'll cut and then run or like make you miss. But A.J. Dillon's just a bowling ball. He's legit like Derrick Henry Jr. Like, there was a play where 4th down and, like, 1, he ran the ball with Dillon, and he got hit, literally just, like, shoved the guy off and fell forward for, like, 2 yards. Like, a normal person would have just, like, got stuffed on 4th down, but he's insane. And so, like...
He's got fucking tree trunk legs, dude.
Yeah, he's Quadzilla. Call him the Quad Father. He's... Like, when it gets colder like it is, like, even hitting this guy is going to get even harder for people. Because, I mean, you already have to deal with Aaron Rodgers throwing. And then Aaron Jones can make you miss with all that. But, like, you get into the second half and maybe you're down. And then the defense is already unmotivated, worn out, they're cold. And it's like, oh, here comes the fucking Quadzilla tree trunk legs. Just plows into you. Like, it's honestly probably the best type of formula for our offense. Like, it's not the most... fun that the offense has been, but it's probably the like most efficient the offense has been, which when the defense is playing good, it's like great. So I mean, even looking at some of our past games, like we held Kyler Murray to like nothing. Like we stopped Pat Mahomes even though Jordan Love was playing. Like we've been playing good competition and still not giving up stuff. So it's and then this game in particular, one of our touchdowns came on a pick 6 from Stafford, who his 3rd straight game with a pick 6, apparently. That's bad.
Yep.
And the Rams just, they just didn't look good. Like, they got on one. Here's a play that happened. So Sean McVay, they were down 7-0 already, and they are at their own 25, and it's 4th down, and he decides to go for it on 4th and 1, and he got stuffed. And so I was like, why? I don't know what he's doing. Like, it's one thing to be like, yeah, 4th down, let's go for it. It's another, like, you're on 25, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what? So
the commentators when they were doing that, it was like, they expect this to be a shootout, so they want to go for more points, and it's like, yeah, like I get that too, but like also when you're behind the 50, like it's kind of it's a hard sell. I mean, with that said, 4th and 1, I guess,
Yeah. But even, like, it's one thing, too, if you have, like, momentum with it, too, right? Like, oh, yeah, we're feeling it, let's go. But, like, they didn't have any momentum. They were just trying to stay alive. They just got stopped on, 3rd and short. And then it's like, all right, well, then we stopped them on 4th and short. Some people are like, bad spot. It's like, it doesn't even matter if it's a bad spot. Like, it was close. But, like, still, like, if you're going to get it for 4th down, you should be able to pick up more than, half a yard and have it be pretty clear. The thing I would have done, I looked and I was like, dude, he could probably just quarterback sneak this. And they didn't. I was like, I think if they sneak that, they got it, easily. I think it's just a bad play call.
Does Stafford do sneaks? Like, I don't know if he's a sneak QB.
I don't know. But the thing I think with Stafford is I think he's hurt. Like, I legit think he's playing hurt right now.
Yeah.
And I read, some things that said his arm is in pain, or he's just not saying anything. And, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising because he did not look... There are times where he looked good, but then other times where he just is not good at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of wild.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing injured, to be honest.
He's reportedly dealing with chronic back pain and pain in his throwing elbow.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd do it.
Yeah. So that would be rough. I mean, he still threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. That is true. But a lot of that did come in the 4th quarter when, we swapped to the old prevent defense. You'll love to see it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and Odell kind of got shut down. He had 81 yards and a touchdown, but, he still didn't do that much comparatively. And a lot of that was, 4th quarter. But it was... I don't know, man. The Rams went from being like, wow, this team's great, to man, this team's not very good. So I don't know.
I think they're still good. They've had a bad stretch of games, though. I mean, they're the past 3 weeks. They're 0-3, right?
Yep, 0-3.
They had a worse record than the Lions. Remember?
Right. Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's they lost to the Titans, the 49ers, now the Packers. But next week they do play the Jaguars, so
those are 3 tough games.
Yeah. There's some stat too with Matt Stafford where he's 8-67 against winning teams, which is
which
is a bummer.
Yeah, but I mean, Lions still.
Yeah, and also wins are not a QB stat.
Yeah,
they really aren't. But
so that was that game. Feeling good. The Browns lost to the Ravens in that game.
Yeah,
despite Lamar throwing 4 picks.
Yep. Lamar threw 4 interceptions, ran for 68 yards, and they still somehow won.
Yep.
Baker, I don't know, is Baker still injured? 18 of 37, 247, a touchdown.
I think he is still playing injured, to be honest. He seems to have rushed back from his injury.
Yeah. The big thing here was Kareem Hunt, 7 carries, 20 yards. Nick Chubb, 8 carries, 16 yards.
Yeah, wow.
I feel like they're just fully committing to the run, and they're just let Baker beat us, right? That feels like what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not happening.
Yep.
It's clearly evidence. The Lamar Jackson-led Ravens able to win with him throwing 4 picks blows my mind right now because they're just they continue to fall forward into victories all year long.
Mm-hmm. They really do.
They're not playing well. It's got they the number 1 seed. It's insane.
Yep. And they wouldn't even have it if they didn't have a kicker that could make 66-yard field goals.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
It's insane.
They've got Andrews, who's just, obviously still been a consistent bright spot for their offense, but otherwise they're really hurting for just like playmakers in general right now. And then their defense has left a lot to be desired too. And of course, they've really just been winning by the skin of their teeth in a lot of these games. But dude, this is not a number one seed. This is like not a true AFC threat in my mind.
You look at their games, like they barely beat the Bears. Granted, they had a backup quarterback, but still, they were lucky to get that at the end. Then they lost to the Dolphins. They beat the Vikings.
Their fucking asses kicked by the Bengals.
Yeah.
They barely beat the Vikings in overtime. They could have lost to the Colts if they didn't like shit themselves.
Almost lost to the goddamn Lions in September, man. Like this team is just
It's not. I don't know.
Maybe this means that they're gonna go to the Super Bowl though.
It probably does. Yeah.
might have like some of that Giants magic.
Man, it is something. So that happened. Browns not looking like a playoff team. They're
not at all.
Yeah.
Probably the bigger takeaway is that the Browns are not very good.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think they're good. They're just not.
They're hitting Bears territory where it's like, hey, we're good enough to win like 8 or 7
somehow.
Yeah. But here we go. The Hogs taking down the Seahawks. Yep. This was a wild game.
Yeah, speaking of inept offenses.
Yeah. This was pretty much just Russell Wilson carries the Seahawks, but not hard enough. And then the football team, 223 yards, touchdown and a pick for Heineke. Gibson, 111 yards on the ground. Big thing here was the end of the game where it looked like the Hogs were going to just wrap it up with a touchdown, but then it got reviewed, and then he kind of bobbled it, so it's like, okay, that's not good. Then Wilson gets the ball back, drives down the field. They score a touchdown. They fail the 2-point conversion to tie it. They go for the onside kick. They get the onside kick, but they have an illegal formation. They do another onside kick. They almost get that onside kick, but they don't.
It's just a very strange game in general, man.
Yeah.
Like on top of all that, then they had like the return PAT for 2 points at the end of the second quarter. This is a 9-9 score by virtue of some bizarre happenstance, and the football team is another team that's just sort of having bizarre W's befall them. But, they'll take it certainly in that division. They need a little bit of mystical benefit, I think, if they're looking to repeat NFC East championship performances.
I mean, currently they are the 7th seed in the playoff.
This year is so ridiculous with the teams, to be honest.
It really is. It is wild. Yeah, I don't know.
Heineke, though, man. He's legitimately doing quite well. This year, I think. Like
every time we talk about him, we keep being like, "Wow, he's pretty good," and it's just been consistent all year long. Yeah,
I think you just keep going with him. Like, let him develop more.
He's not like he's not like a god or anything, but like this is his first year like really starting. Right in the NFL, and so far he's got 2,600 yards, 16 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, which isn't like amazing, but I mean, for someone who is supposed to be a backup and is starting every game, and also like this is the first time he's really started, like he's doing fantastically.
And I mean, it's crazy because like people might be like, oh, how's he gonna do in the playoffs though? But like last year, he almost beat the Buccaneers in the playoff.
That's true. Yeah.
So like, it's wild, and I think the football team actually has 2 games against the Cowboys still, and they are 2 games back of the Cowboys.
Oh boy.
In the NFC East.
This division's all coming together again, man. It's an inevitability at the end of every year.
Yeah, it's
just, every year, man.
I remember just at the start, like, oh, Cowboys got this easy, and then before you know it, here we are.
Man.
So
the Seahawks look bad.
Yeah, they're not good.
For a long time now, for about a month, they've been looking pretty awful.
Honestly, like without Russell Wilson, this is like a 2-win team.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, it's 3 wins with him right now.
So much better.
Yeah.
I think it's time for the rebuild in Seattle. If you're taking a look at it, I mean, you can rebuild pretty fast with Russell Wilson, but he doesn't even want to be there. So, like, how long is he gonna be there?
Yeah,
that's the question, right? Is like, does he want to sit through a rebuild? Because I don't know if he does. Like,
I doubt it.
He seems like he wants to leave.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? Panthers, Russell Wilson on the Panthers or something. It could be a little while.
Depending on how the rest of the season goes. Jets, maybe. I mean,
there's some optimism.
I'm just saying, like, we might trade one Wilson for another.
Yeah, I mean, Denver Broncos, a little Wilson Broncos action. That could be wild. There's some teams there.
I like Wilson on the Jets. Let's go back to that. That's fun. That's exciting.
That is pretty fun. I would want that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's this week in football. Now let's go over to Sinvicta with the NFL.com power rankings. Sinvicta?
Hey, Coach Sinvicta, it's time for this. This is NFL.com power rankings. Bible of the internet. Hey, he doesn't mumble. That's disingenuous. I'm not doing it. He speaks very clearly, just in a deep, kind of rougher voice than mine. Here we go, Coach. The Bible of the Internet Power Rankings.
Bible of the Internet Power Rankings.
We got the top 5 here, starting with Rob.
I am going to go with the Arizona Cardinals.
Correct. And now we go down to Bear. Sin, I think I'm going to go ahead and select. Let's go with the Green Bay Packers.
Good
that's
choice,
a good
Bear.
one.
Yeah.
Correct. Wow. Now we go down to Coach Crendor.
Let's go Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Correct. And Rob for the 4th.
Is a good delay on there too. Like it's very
Thank you.
accurate.
I'm trying to sell it.
Ah, shit. Is it the fucking Patriots?
Correct. And for the dunk. Oh, geez, this is a tough one. I don't know, man. Maybe could it be the Chiefs?
What?
That is absolutely correct.
Whoa, we're so good
for the team this week. The top 5 power rankings of the Bible of the Internet. We got the Green Bay Packers up there in number 1.
Becoming a Joe Buck now.
A disgusting
I'm just
act.
revert to I'm going to revert to Bear again.
All right.
We got Packers at number 1, previously number 2, swapping with the Arizona Cardinals, who are now at number 2. The Bucks remaining at number 3, Chiefs remaining at number 4, and a new appearance in the top 5, the New England Patriots, previously ranked number 6. Finishing up the top 10, we got the Bills, Bengals, Cowboys, Ravens up there in the top 10 again, moving up 4 spots, and the 49ers are now in the top 10 as well.
Wow.
Let me see if I can quickly determine our thinnest dink. I believe I have.
Oh,
Rob,
shit.
this team rose 8 spots this week, going from previously ranked number 15 to now ranked number 7. They are in the AFC. Can you name the team?
Okay. Well, if they're number 7, then they're not the Patriots. Then that's a great question, Bear. That's a great question you just asked me, Bear.
I bet you got the answer too, don't you?
I do. I think this team is known as the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's absolutely correct.
Let's
the
go.
Cincinnati Bengals have moved up 8 spots this week.
Wow.
Going from number 15 to number 7 as a result of their victory over the as soon as I remember the Steelers. That's right. The big win over the Steelers.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And the fattest doink this week, this team has fallen all the way down to position number 25 in the power rankings as a result of a pretty bad beatdown this past week. Can you name the team, Crendor?
Would that be the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Go over to Rob for another attempt here at the fattest doink.
Okay, how many spots did they drop?
Gone from number 18 down to number 25, a 7-spot difference.
Ooh, okay. Let's go with the Ooh, let's go with the Seahawks?
Incorrect.
Jeez.
The correct answer is the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, Bear, how did you know?
I mean, I just know these things.
He's so smart.
That's very intelligent. As a result of the 31-6 beatdown at the hand of the Buffalo Bills on Thursday night, the Saints have now fallen down to the 25th spot in the power rankings on a power slide, as it were, down into the depths of the the bottom feeders.
Yeah,
and that's probably just gonna do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I don't know. Fun bonus stats for the power rankings. We can read the bottom entry here, though, as Invicta is want to do. Dan Hansis says right up for the number 32 ranked Detroit Lions, who continue to find ways to lose. 6 holding penalties by the offensive line, a coverage bust on 1 touchdown, the mind-numbing and illegal double timeout that helped doom them in the final minutes. These guys, they're fighting their tails off, Campbell said after Thursday's loss, but until we get out of our own way, we won't quite get over the hump. Oh. Back to you up in the booth, Coach Crandor and Rob.
Thank you, Sinvicta Bear Victa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bear Victa.
Thank you, Bear Victa.
That's me.
Yeah, I'm still cheering for the Lions. You know, they're gonna.
I want them to get a W at least, man. Like, I don't want to see a goose egg in there.
Yeah,
it would be. I mean, it would be absurd if they really didn't get a single win this year. Right?
They kind of look like the team that might do it again, though. Unfortunately,
yeah. But hey, they got that tie.
Yeah, that's true. They saved themselves a little bit,
which almost feels worse. Honestly.
Yeah.
So it's Pick'em's time.
Pick'em's. Oh, well, you gonna read the stats?
Oh yeah, bonus stats.
Yeah.
After you're done making the duck sounds,
Daffy's here. Yeah.
Wait, bonus stats? Where are these bonus?
Well,
the bonus stats first. Okay,
stats. Yeah,
I always just tie those into the Pick'ems anyway.
That's fair. Yeah.
So November picks. Bears had the best Pick'ems record this November at 35-23-1.
The anti-Rams.
Yep.
You look good with the feathers and
I do like that. Yeah, that's nice.
That is fun. I was the opposite. I went 26-32-1.
Yeah.
Not a good month.
Handing me a podium spot. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
I'm also having a bad November.
Yeah.
Pick'ems.
Yeah, we're both below 50%. That's below 500.
That's not good.
All right, Sinvicta Bear and Randy have now picked every team at least once, joining Crendor. Rob and Apollo both have one team they have not yet picked. Like how Randy has picked more teams.
I know, yeah. I got a pretty good idea what that team that you two haven't picked yet is. Really? Well. I don't know if you have figured it out.
Is it the Lions?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you both picked the Lions.
I might have picked I feel like I picked the Lions.
I'm fairly certain neither of you have picked the Texans this year.
Yeah, I don't think you have.
Because you haven't had a lot of reason to, and I don't know why.
Fair point.
I don't know why I ever did either, to be honest. It was probably early on in the year. But.
Yeah, I think it was early. Panthers. Last time the Panthers were locked was December 1st, 2019. This breaks the 5th longest active drought streak because I believe Apollo locked the Panthers. He did, and they lost.
Yeah, and they lost.
Classic. So now,
I think there probably wasn't anybody locking the Panthers before that lock either, to be honest with you.
Not at all.
So now in the longest drought locks, it looks like the Panthers were 5th. They're done. They're not there anymore. So then I know second's the Jaguars. 3rd is the Eagles. 4th?
That seems right, yeah.
I don't know who 4th is. Just a plant
I'm trying to figure out that mystery. All I can think of is a Bellsprout. I got Pokemon on the mind once I see it.
Yeah, which team's the Bellsprout?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
to. Are there plant-based teams?
There's gonna
not
be.
Not as many as there should be.
And then
there's like human-based teams.
Yeah. Right. I don't know who first is. It's just a pile of bones. Like, who is that?
Well, it's a pile of dust, dude.
Yeah, it's dust. Ashes.
Yeah, so maybe that would be the Texans, because like it's dust, Houston dry.
I'm thinking maybe the plants. Maybe the plant is the Texans because they are humans and Texans are farmers. Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Sure,
right.
That works.
Could be. This is like an ARG.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Game within the game here.
Yeah, one day we'll figure it out. Is it steel? Is it like steel?
Steel type?
Steelers?
Is effective against that, I think.
I don't know. Whatever. So then, the other bonus stats, we had Lions have been the most overpicked team this season, and the Giants are the most underestimated team this season. Oh, maybe we do a little Giants pick this week, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And picking by scoring offense, points per game, has been more successful than scoring defense.
Yeah. Wow. 62%. You know what? I might just start doing that.
I was gonna say that seems like a pretty reliable metric, doesn't it?
It does.
Better than my metrics.
Yep.
Seems.
And mine.
Your metrics right here. Huh?
Granted, I think flipping a coin's better than whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, but it's better. I mean, important to note, actually, this week, better than all of us. Is
Randy went 11-4.
Yep.
You really did. So yeah, I was 9-7, Sinvicta 10-6, Rob 9-7, Bear 10-6, Apollo 7-9, and Randy 11-4 with Discord at 9-6-1.
Discord selected a tie, by the way, for the Bears-Lions game, so that was a pretty noteworthy stat there. They evenly split the distribution of the votes.
Yeah,
so they had 118 votes, and it was 59 votes apiece.
That's very funny.
To be fair, it was pretty
so
much
that you
a tie.
can vote, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll link the Discord again in the old descriptions.
They've been breaking their voting records every week.
They have. Look at that.
Get in there and vote.
Vote, vote, vote. Speaking of which, it's time to vote for our pick'ems.
Let's go.
Daffy Duck is not Daffy Duck. It's
just a recurring thing now, I guess, for that. Yeah.
Oh, pick'ems.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cowboys, Saints.
Pick'ems.
Pick'ems.
Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah.
Pick'ems.
My hard drive filled up, so I got to edit these two things together. All right, here we go. Cowboys, Saints.
Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. Gotta be.
I'm going to take the... Man, they're so banged up, but Mike McCarthy isn't coaching, so Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Colts, Texans.
Colts.
Yeah, I mean, I want to pick the Texans because we've been underpicked, but it's the Colts.
It's the Colts. Yeah, it's the Colts. Vikings, Lions.
Vikings.
Yeah, it's the Vikings. Yeah.
These have been pretty clear so far.
These have.
I know the temptation is there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Especially this year.
But here we go. Giants, Dolphins.
Oh yes. Okay. Dolphins for me.
Yeah,
I keep wanting to pick the Giants, but also still sincerely believe that the other team is better in just about every circumstance.
Giants are the most underestimated team, so I'm going Giants. I'm going Giants.
He's doing it.
I'm doing it.
I'm gonna wait. You know what? Hold on. Who's got the better scoring offense?
Oh,
yeah. This is what we're gonna
found
do.
The life
go.
Passing 2021. Oh no, that's given me. Oh no. Hold on. Team stats. Here we go. Here we
break down information overload.
What is this? Giants. The Giants have the bad passing yards. Let's just be honest. It's not great.
All right.
I don't even see them on the list.
Okay,
to
good.
be honest. Okay, yeah, they're pretty low. But are the Dolphins below? The Dolphins are above them. I'm taking the Dolphins.
All right, there it is. Buccaneers, Falcons.
Bucks.
Bucks.
That's a Bucks lock. I think,
yeah.
Right there.
There you go.
He's locking it.
That's a pretty easy one. These Falcons are fricked.
Yeah, I mean they did just win. In fairness, but
they're fricked, dude. They are not in good shape.
I'm with you, honestly.
Then we have the Eagles, Jets.
Eagles, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the Eagles.
Yeah,
maybe the Jets.
They might be able to do it, honestly.
I mean, look, I'm just gonna say it.
Yep.
Their passing offense is better.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is
go with the metrics then.
Kind of surprising because I did decide to look. Although their rushing offense is much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I actually did not know this. The Eagles. Did you know the Eagles are actually leading the league in rushing yards?
Really?
Wow. I mean, I guess it adds up since they have Hurts running all the time, and I mean they do have decent running backs.
I mean, Sanders has been injured though. That's still surprising. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll take the.
Do it.
Yeah, fuck. I'll take the Jets. Whatever. I'm doing bad this year anyway.
Let's go. Cardinals Bears.
Cardinals. Yeah, Cardinals.
That's the Cardinals. Yep.
Yeah.
Chargers Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bengals look so much better than the Chargers right now.
They're at home too. Yeah. All right. Give me the Cats.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bengals. Then we got Jaguars Rams.
If the Rams lose this game, though.
Yeah. No, this is a must-win Rams game.
Yep.
There's no way they lose. They
cannot lose this game.
Yeah,
man.
no way.
The season's over if they lose this fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
That'd be 4 losses in a row too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock the Rams.
That's fair. That's safe.
Makes sense.
This is a must-win game for them. They gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
Washington Hogs and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
Yeah, shit. I think, you know what? You convinced me. Go Hogs.
Right.
It feels like the Hogs.
It took so little.
Yeah, it really did. You just had to be enthusiastic about it.
I said go Hogs. Like, I go Hogs.
I'll run right off that cliff with you. Let's go.
Sure, it sounds fun.
Bring me along.
Ravens Steelers.
Oof.
Yeah. This is going to be like a 9-10 game.
Yeah,
probably.
this is.
I guess I'll go Ravens.
This was much
Ravens
more exciting
too.
3 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go Ravens here, yeah. Guy, this feels like a Steelers win.
It kind of does.
For some fucking reason. I'm going to go Steelers here, dude.
Okay.
I'm getting that gut feeling.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still
I
going
see
Ravens.
what you mean. It's a divisional game, but yeah, I'll still
Yeah.
go Ravens too. But yeah, it could be a Steelers win for sure.
It's just one of those weird ones.
49ers Seahawks.
49ers, man. These Seahawks are in worse shape than the Falcons almost.
Yeah, but they don't have Debo.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, Debo's gone.
And it's a
And
divisional
Seattle's
game.
playing at home. Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Go
Okay.
Seahawks, huh? Hold on.
No, it's 49ers. I'm going 49ers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Niners too.
All right. Broncos Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah.
Chiefs, yeah. I kind
They're
of want
on
to
the
take
up and up.
Broncos for fun, but I'm not doing that.
The Chiefs are looking better again.
Yeah,
The
that's
Chiefs look like they might be getting into Chiefs town again, and they're gonna like ride it all the way into the playoffs. So
Yeah, it does seem
that's
that
what
way.
they do.
Mhm.
Yep. And then the game of the week, Patriots Bills.
Oh baby,
Ay.
give me the Pats.
I like Bills at home for this one.
Yeah, I mean they could split this year. You know,
They
Bills
could,
win
yeah.
They both win their home games.
Mm.
Although, haven't the Patriots been really good on the road this year?
They
Yep,
are
undefeated.
undefeated on the road this year.
Oh, all right, I'll take the Patriots.
But who's the higher scoring team?
Oh,
good question.
well, let's see. All right, most passing yards.
Probably the Bills, I would guess.
Ooh, it's hold on. Passing yards on the year: Bills 30.99, Patriots 30.84.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
So
Dude, they're points for. They're separated
is
by
wild.
10. The
That
Pats
is-
have scored 336. The Bills 326.
yeah, and the Patriots have the edge on rushing yards too.
Yeah,
Man.
they're very close.
That's wild. That's absurd.
Oh,
1 year.
1 year.
I'm still taking the
I
Bills.
Yeah, I mean the Bills could definitely win this, no doubt. I mean, it's gonna be these games are gonna be super important.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
They're gonna be crazy.
and this is gonna have a Manning cast this one too.
Oh,
which
thank
is-
God.
Which is nice. Hopefully they have a better cast of characters this time,
Yeah.
rather than Condoleezza freaking Rice.
yeah.
But I still haven't locked. I kind of want to lock the Vikings,
Yeah, it's not a bad lock. I mean,
right?
Lions.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's lock the Vikings. It's not cowardly, and
Yeah.
it's kind of cowardly because the Lions are 0-9.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I feel it. Which means it's Randy time. Doo, 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 doo.
Yay!
Here we go.
Freaking 11-4 last week.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
First up, Cowboys.
Okay.
Colts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vikings.
Let's
Okay.
go. Okay. Thank
Dolphins.
you, Randy. Okay.
He's doing it.
Buccaneers. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Jets.
Wow.
Wow.
Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. Damn,
Jesus
Randy.
Christ.
Chargers.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Jaguars.
Oh,
right.
Randy.
There it
you
is.
madman.
Raiders.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
What?
All right.
And Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
Dude, he's looking pretty good this week.
He's looking pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Randy.
That's Randy, man.
That's
Randy.
That's
Randy.
crazy.
He went 11-4.
Yeah, he's really good. You can't keep getting away with it. That'll do it. Thanks for listening, everybody, to the Two Guys and a Bear podcast. Wild stuff this week. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Discord. Give it
I
a
don't know
stuff.
the note after the first one. I just realized.
That's all right.
Hear him go. Brr.
Because we're done and I gotta go get food and stuff. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye.